Your brain is trapped in a low-grade fight-or-flight state right now, and you probably don't even realize it. That's because your nervous system is constantly misinterpreting your shallow breathing patterns as a sign of immediate danger. It's a silent energy drain, meticulously stealing your focus, one hurried breath at a time. This isn't just about stress, it's about a fundamental misunderstanding of your brain's operating system. In the next few moments, you will understand precisely how your subtle respiratory habits actively modulate your entire nervous system, dictating your capacity for deep work and calm cognition. We're going to unlock the incredibly simple yet profoundly effective brain mechanism behind box breathing, revealing how a structured breath can instantly pull you out of mental fog and into a state of unwavering focus and effortless flow. The core of this revelation lies in your vagus nerve, a sprawling neural superhighway connecting your brainstem to nearly every major organ, including your heart and lungs. This nerve is the primary conduit for your parasympathetic nervous system, your brain's natural rest and digest command center. Think of it like this. Your brain has two main operating modes. There's the sympathetic nervous system, the accelerator, responsible for that primal fight, flight, or freeze response, flooding your system with cortisol and adrenaline. And then there's the parasympathetic, the brake, promoting calm, repair, and deep processing. For most of us, especially in today's always-on world, the accelerator is constantly engaged, barely letting off. We're living in a state of chronic, low-level stress, unknowingly triggered by something as basic as our breathing. Shallow, rapid chest breathing is the signal, the alarm bell that tells your brain, threat detected, even if that threat is just your inbox overflowing or a looming deadline. Your brain responds by prioritizing immediate survival over complex thought. This isn't speculation, it's documented physiology. A landmark study by Dr. Stephen Porges in 2011 on his polyvagal theory illuminated how distinct branches of the vagus nerve are activated by specific physiological states. Crucially, it showed that slow diaphragmatic breathing actively stimulates the ventral vagal complex, the part of the nerve responsible for social engagement, calm, and cognitive flexibility. It's literally the neural pathway to peace. When your breath is erratic, the brain perceives chaos, priming you for defense. But when your breath becomes ordered, rhythmic, and deep, like a perfectly timed wave, your brain switches gears. It receives a clear message. Everything is safe. You can relax. You can focus. So, if your brain is constantly scanning for danger, how can you expect it to tackle complex analytical tasks? It can't. You're essentially asking a security guard who's on high alert for intruders to also write a symphony. It's the wrong tool for the job. This is the game changer. Your breath isn't just a byproduct of your state, it's a driver of your state. Change your breathing, and you fundamentally change your brain's operational priorities. And once you understand that, everything about your approach to productivity shifts. Imagine for a moment your brain as a high-performance computer. In its default state, constantly triggered by shallow breathing, it's running countless background processes, threat detection, cortisol regulation, anxiety loops, all consuming precious processing power. This is the before state. You sit down to work, your mind jumps from one notification to the next. You reread sentences 3 times, your memory feels like Swiss cheese, and creative solutions are nowhere in sight. You're experiencing what neuroscientists call cognitive overload, a direct consequence of a nervous system perpetually idling in high alert. Then you discover box breathing. You consciously decide to engage your parasympathetic nervous system to send that clear signal of safety. What happens? That incessant background noise starts to quiet. The alarm bells stop ringing. Your brain reallocates resources. Instead of scanning for threats, it's now free to engage its prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, responsible for executive functions like planning, decision-making, problem-solving, and sustained attention. This is the after. Think of 2 scenarios. First, Sarah, a software engineer, is struggling with a complex coding problem. Her shoulders are hunched. Her breathing is shallow and rapid. She's been staring at the screen for 30 minutes, making little progress, feeling increasingly frustrated. Her heart rate is slightly elevated, her focus scattered. She keeps checking her phone. This is her nervous system screaming danger, making it impossible for her prefrontal cortex to activate the precise, logical pathways needed for intricate code. Then there's Mark, a graphic designer facing a tight deadline for a new brand identity. He feels the pressure building, but instead of spiraling, he steps away for precisely 4 minutes. He engages in box breathing. 4 seconds inhale, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds exhale, 4 seconds hold. When he returns to his desk, the vibrant colors and innovative layouts practically flow onto the canvas. His mind is quiet, his hands steady, his creative pathways wide open. This isn't magic, it's neurobiology in action. A study published in Frontiers in Psychology by Zaccaro and colleagues in 2018 demonstrated how controlled breathing exercises significantly reduce sympathetic nervous system activity and increase heart rate variability, HRV, a key indicator of vagal tone and nervous system resilience. Higher HRV means your nervous system is more adaptable, better equipped to handle stress, and more readily able to shift into a state of calm focus. This is measurable. People who regularly practice such techniques report fewer attentional lapses, improved problem-solving skills, and a remarkable ability to enter a flow state, that immersive, highly productive mental zone where time seems to disappear. It changes everything about your capacity to perform. Is your brain working with you right now or against you? Most people try to force focus through willpower, but that's like trying to run a marathon on flat tires. You need to prepare the engine to tune the system. Here are 3 precise brain-based techniques using box breathing that you can implement today to reclaim your cognitive power. First, the 4-minute reset. This is your emergency brake for cognitive overload. Whenever you feel your attention waning, your mind racing, or a wave of frustration building, even if you think you don't have time, stop. Set a timer for exactly 4 minutes. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes if possible, and begin box breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4, and hold your breath out for a count of 4. Repeat this cycle for the entire 4 minutes. The expected brain response is an immediate de-escalation of sympathetic activity, a measurable increase in alpha brainwaves associated with relaxed alertness, and a profound sense of mental clarity. You'll return to your task not just refreshed, but with a neurological reset, ready to approach challenges with renewed focus. Second, the pre-focus prime. Before you tackle any high-concentration task, writing an important email, preparing for a presentation, diving into complex data analysis, dedicate a specific 2-minute interval to box breathing. Yes, just 2 minutes. This isn't about solving an existing problem, it's about proactively preparing your brain. The goal here is to intentionally downregulate your nervous system before the demand hits. By signaling safety and calm ahead of time, you create an optimal neurochemical environment, pre-activating your prefrontal cortex for peak performance. You'll find yourself sliding into deep work with less resistance, fewer distractions, and a significantly enhanced ability to sustain attention without mental fatigue. And third, the transition tamer. The brain despises abrupt context switching. Moving from a high-energy meeting to a quiet analytical task, or from social media scrolling to deep reading, jolts your nervous system, triggering many stress responses. Instead, implement a 1-minute box breathing sequence as a mental palate cleanser between vastly different activities. For example, after finishing a team call, before opening your project management software, take 60 seconds for 4-4-4-4 breathing. This brief, intentional pause allows your brain to gracefully disengage from one neural network and smoothly activate another, minimizing residual stress and preventing the cognitive residue that drags down performance during transitions. It's like defragging your mental hard drive. The result is seamless transitions, reduced mental friction, and a conserved reservoir of cognitive energy throughout your day. It's not merely a passenger in your own brain, you are its operator. The notion that your focus, your calm, your productivity are subject to external whims is simply untrue. You now understand that your breath is a direct, immediate, and powerful lever into your autonomic nervous system. You are someone who actively shapes their mental state, who understands that true productivity begins not with more effort, but with smarter physiological regulation. You are not fighting against your brain's limitations. You are working with its incredible capacities, intentionally creating the optimal conditions for peak cognitive performance. You are the architect of your own focus. The next frontier of brain optimization is always just a breath away. Embrace this profound understanding of your nervous system and watch your potential for mastery expand. This isn't the end of the journey, merely the beginning of a deeper dive into unlocking the full, untapped power lying dormant within your neurobiology. There is so much more to uncover, so much more insight into our intricate neural landscape that, once revealed, will empower you to shape your reality with even greater precision.